Let's get straight to it. So today's video, I'm going to challenge myself to sound like a native Dutch by replicating a Dutch voiceover in the most Dutch voice possible. And the thing is, can I convince you by the end of this video? Will you believe it as a native Dutch speaker or not? That's essentially it. But before we get into it, let me give you some context. My name is Kwame. I'm a voiceover artist and a documentary filmmaker. I moved to the Netherlands about a year ago, almost a year ago. And just a couple of weeks ago, I decided to actively learn the Dutch language. Now, this led me into a rabbit hole of tips and tricks on YouTube. So many things being bombarded. But of course, you do pick some that work for you or not. And one of them is to immerse yourself in a language, speak or try to read as much material or try to listen to as much material as possible. And I thought, this probably would be a fun challenge as a voiceover artist to challenge myself to do a full Dutch script and try to make it as believable as possible. So if I was being hired, for example, as an English speaking person to do a Dutch voiceover, can I convince you enough to believe that, this will pass? That's essentially it. So in order to make it a little easier on me, I am also choosing the genre of voiceover which I enjoy the most, which is documentary narration. And so I'm going to rely on a few AI tips and tricks to give me the script and, of course, an audio version so that I can listen to the pronunciation before I put my spin on it. So let's get into that phase. So the first thing is I went to ChatGPT and asked it to give me a script in English and then translate that English script into Dutch. And then I extended that script as well. So as you can see here, extend the last script and make it long enough for 30-second script because I thought the first one was a bit too short. So I extended it into a 30-second script just to make it a little longer and more fun or more engaging. So here is the script, the final script that I came up with. So I will copy the script from ChatGPT and I will send it to another AI platform, which is 11 Labs. And for this particular video, I just signed on to 11 Labs. This is the cheapest upgrade just to get access to doing this particular video. And so I paste it here and I select professional voiceovers that are in Dutch to see which one would work for me. I just need to listen to the script in a native Dutch voice, and then I can try and replicate it and see if that worked or if it sounded Dutch enough. However, there's another thing that I will do in order to get better results out of this. So first, let's generate the speech and listen to it.
Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken pinguïns zwijgend voort. Strijdend tegen stormen, jagers en een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. IJs, dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren. De kou die hen beschermde, verdwijnt stilletjes. En met elke druppel smelt niet alleen hun thuis...
Okay, so I think we get the whole thing. What I also did after getting the script is I made my partner read it and give me some advice on it. And she asked that I change... she thought there was a bit of repetition in some of the intensity or the words that would give it intensity. So she asked that I change one of the words in there, just one word, to get a different meaning out of it. So that is what I'm going to do, and then get back to listening, rehearsing, and recording.
Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken pinguïns zwijgend voort. Strijdend tegen stormen, jagers en een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. IJs, dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren. De kou die hen beschermde, verdwijnt stilletjes. En met elke druppel smelt niet alleen hun thuis, maar ook ons begrip van balans in de natuur. Dit is geen verre realiteit. Het gebeurt nu voor onze ogen.
Okay, so I listened for a few times and then I decided to give it a shot on my own. And I am going to do another thing, which I already indicated that when I finish recording mine, I'm going to use the same platform, 11 Labs, to select a different voice. So it's going to be my cadence, my pronunciation and everything is not going to give me any advantage, but it's just going to make me sound like somebody else so that when I put it out there, anybody who knows how I sound cannot automatically detect and say that, oh no, you're not the Dutch person or you are the one who is English or, So I'm going to do my voice and then 2 AI voices and then put it in there. So 3 options and then ask people to vote to see which one is the true or the fake, or which one is the fake Dutch voice in the 3 of them. So that is what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to record now and then come do the voice change. Yeah, so I'm going to do a few practice runs and then record when I think I'm ready. And on the outest, let me just listen again. Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken penguins zwijgen voort. Strijdend tegen stormen, jagers en een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. IJs dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren. Die kou die hen beschermde, verdwijnt stilletjes. En met elke druppel smelt niet alleen hun thuis, maar ook ons begrip van balans in de natuur. Dit is geen verre realiteit. Het gebeurt nu voor onze ogen. Okay, that was challenging. I'm sweating already. A few more times, and then I record my final, but you don't get to see the final. And then I do the change of voice. I play it back also for you. You can pause the video and tell me which one you think is me after listening to it, before we also check out what people voted. And then in the end, we'll find the answers. I'll listen to the audio again because it's getting hot in here. Okay. Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken penguins zwijgend voort. Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken penguins zwijgend voort. Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken penguins. Aan de uiterste. Okay. Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken penguins zwijgen voort. Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken penguins zwijgen voort. Strijdend tegen stormen, jagers in een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. IJs dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren. De kou die hen beschermde, verdwijnt stilletjes. En met elke druppel smelt niet alleen hun thuis, maar ook ons begrip van balans in de natuur. Dit is geen verre realiteit. Het gebeurt nu voor onze ogen.
Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken pinguïns zwijgend voort. Strijdend tegen stormen, jagers...
So I've finished recording and I am going to edit. And then of course I'm going to put it in the app or the AI to change my version into a different voice. And then I'm going to play 3 voices for you to listen to. And I want you to pause the video and take the poll as well and vote and let me know which one you think isn't a native Dutch speaker. And then come back and watch the full thing where I reveal mine versus the voice I changed it into, if you could tell the actual difference, whether I passed or not. And you can let me know in the comments as well what you think of this whole challenge, fun challenge, and if you have any tips for, a next fun challenge or something. But this was,
Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken pinguïns zwijgend voort, strijdend tegen storm, jagers en een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. IJs dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren. De kou die hem beschermde verdwijnt stilletjes.
Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken pinguïns zwijgend voort, strijdend tegen storm, jagers en een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. IJs dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren. De kou die hen beschermde, verdwijnt stilletjes.
Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken pinguïns zwijgend voort, strijdend tegen storm, jagers en een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. IJs, dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren. De kou die hen beschermde, verdwijnt stilletjes.
Okay, so this is my brother-in-law, and I'm asking him, can he tell which of the voices isn't a native Dutch speaker? I'm going to start from the beginning so that he can listen and let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. So which one isn't a native Dutch speaker? You want to listen again?
I think the second one isn't a native Dutch speaker.
How do you know? Why?
What do you mean, why?
Yeah, like how do you get it? How do you catch the fake?
I think there's subtle differences. It's playing again, so I can listen to the second one again. I feel like the I don't know what it's in English. The klemtoon. You just got to translate it.
Yeah.
The klemtoon is a bit different in the second one.
Oh,
It just doesn't sound Dutch.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Penguins! Stridend tegen de storm. Penguins.
So which one do you think is not a native Dutch speaker?
The second one?
How do you know? Like how do you tell?
Oh, it's going again.
Yeah, so you can listen and
Oh,
just.
okay. So the ui is ow. So the sounds are just different. That's why you can kind of tell.
The sounds are different.
And the g is not g, but it's grenzen.
Right.
So instead of open, grenzen, he says grenzen or
Oh,
something. So it's like more the way he moves his mouth
yeah.
than anything else, I think.
But I mean, of course, if you're not a native Dutch speaker, would it pass? Was it good enough?
I could understand.
Yeah.
So it's good enough for me.
Right.
Mark Rutte, is it good enough for you? No. I don't know.
Okay, that's it.
Aan de uiterste grenzen van Antarctica trekken pinguïnzwijgen voort, strijdend tegen storm, jagers en een smeltende wereld die sneller verdwijnt dan wij kunnen bevatten. Ijs dat ooit eeuwenlang stand hield, smelt nu in jaren.
De kou die hen beschermde, verdwijnt stilletjes. En met elke druppel smelt niet alleen hun thuis, maar ook ons begrip van balans in de natuur. Dit is geen verre realiteit. Het gebeurt nu voor onze ogen. Difficult. For a voiceover artist, I mean, there are days that will be like this. There are scripts that will challenge you to the point where when you look back, yeah, you went through the fire to get the right read. But this is a whole different level of reading a completely different language that you don't speak and trying to sound exactly like a native. So yeah, it's been fun. And I'll catch you in the next video.